So this was a this 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 was a this was a um mm, this was a weird year. By which I mean I had crazy burnout on the type of games I usually cover on this channel, and things have gotten so wacky. Ha ha ha! Yeah, not only did I burn out with Metroidvanias, but for sometimes I wasn't even playing 2D games, which are like distinctly my bread and butter. Did I stop playing these things? No. I have so many bangers to report on that this could have been a top 15 video. It pretty much almost was. I've been journeying to lands beyond. I've been dabbling in new genres and styles and entire concepts of gaming. I've somehow been getting weirder and nicher. And we get to see the impact of buying Sony consoles on my year. Yay! Then somehow that always seems to come back around to just make me like 2D games even more somehow. So, you know the drill. These are my favorite gaming experiences I had from any year during this year. Not a ranking of 2025 releases. Not a ranking of 2025 releases. It's more fun for me this way. Let's go. Number 10. Weird list, yeah, but the weirdest thing to rank was Enna Dream Barbecue Chapter 1. Okay, so it's an adaptation of the animated web series. And, I wanted that. I can't pretend to know anything about this style of game, but the animated series is made in these video gamey spaces, so yeah, this is good. I like it. It made me very curious. I got very immersed. It delivered all the Enna good conversation stuff that you like, so that was very nice. Getting into the meat of things, as a way to launch this whole new season of Enna, I really liked this, right? Because it's not just a chapter, it's also a whole new game, a whole new universe, maybe? The two halves of Enna were both really good. They both have a weird kind of intrigue to them, which is fresh. The characters are also very strong. I like the Hub gang, plus Tasky Maiden seems to have escaped containment. So all those characters, I hope they keep appearing. But overall, just really good vibes. The music's really wonderful. I love the overall gory and fleshy, but not horrific tone. Especially in the Hub world with the legs jumping out of the sea of blood. I love that. I love how kind of creepy, but really just innocent it is. It just feels very raw and primal, and I don't know. It's hard to have coherent thoughts on Enna, but I got a bunch of rad verbal stims, so that's pretty much a sign of success. It really helped set the aesthetic for my year, particularly in combination with number 9. The great Metroidvania burnout of 2024 to 2025. It's also still here now. I only planned to play 3 Metroidvanias this year because I played 11 last year and it didn't end well. But Ultros was my one lock. I mean, okay, if Silksong was going to show up, that was going to get one of the spots. But Ultros had this particular natural, healing, fleshy, colorful space thing that I really, really felt I needed for 2025. And I did. Unfortunately, I was too burned out to actually play it very much, so for most of the year, I would just open up my computer. This was sort of my tech demo for my new computer. And I would enjoy the colors and the vibes, and the music is just unbelievably good. And vibe, but not play much. Until it clicked. Crazy, dreamlike experiences warping you all around this sarcophagus location with these weird characters and weird gardening mechanics that made me feel like I was having a stroke, but a really fun stroke. Very immersive, dreamlike kind of stroke. I don't think this fundamentally breaks from the norm as much as something like Animal Well, but it really freshens up that standard Metroidvania structure really nicely. You get these 7 objective markers, but it was never boring or predictable going to get them the way I thought it might be. Some areas just skip boss battles. Some are completely narratively dedicated to one. Sometimes you just wander away and start playing Death Stranding, maybe. I really liked that part. Releasing in 2024, I think this game got lost in the shuffle because there was like 9 Souls is apparently super duper good, and Animal Well, and I guess Bow had its moment, Bow Teolotus, but Ultros has found a home here. Ultros is now Melovania number 25. Number 8. So between you and me, Vocaloid rhythm games have become the kind of game that I play most frequently in my life. I mean, I still play all kinds of things, but habitually, Vocaloid rhythm games are something special. Almost like an Animal Crossing type of thing. Like, almost every night. Yeah, in 2024, Miku started this, but she didn't actually bag any placements besides honorable mentions, because I didn't really know how to wrap my head around my relationship with rhythm games yet. But it went really, really well this year, and I love the Vocaloid ones. These songs are just creations by ordinary people. Producers can be anybody, yet they've been brought together into this canon that you can play on, like, you know, top-of-the-line gaming consoles. It's like a nice, high-quality release. So usually, only Miku gets that, because Miku's company has the money. But I was walking in my local secondhand store, and I said, "Is that a Iya Vocaloid PS Vita game?" And then I woke up owning a PS Vita in a couple months. This is an honest-to-goodness, really, really high-quality Vocaloid game that is totally dedicated to just Iya, who's famous for Kagero Days and stuff, but isn't as popular as, like, the really big ones, not like Pedo 2025 or anything like that. I will admit, like, I had a really, really good summer. I had a good honeymoon period. I was kind of feverish, but I'd taken a little bit dry, and now I don't play it as frequently. I haven't revisited it, but I feel like that is part of the sauce? I don't know. ES songs, especially for me, tend to have a bit more of like a mellow, insightful energy, at least the way that I was introduced. So this set list is a very low-key, dreamy. I mean, okay, there's all kinds of genres and all kinds of ranges, but when you take the 2D music videos instead of the Project Diva 3D models dancing, you can make a really dreamlike experience, and they're all full length, right? So you have these songs that are like 7 minutes long. So instead of being like a shot of sugar and candy, I find that Iya VT is more of a chill, tranquil game, which isn't as addictive necessarily, but it is such a good little hidden gem, and I strongly recommend playing it in whatever way you can. It's really cool, you guys, and it has some of my favorite Iya songs, so it's a banger. Honorable mention, Project Diva Mega Mix. It doesn't have my favorite visual style, but it does have an unstoppably monstrous set list on top of being on one of the most convenient consoles ever. So I keep sleeping on this game, but I can't deny, like, come on, it's good. It's really good. It's great for streaming. Number 7. A flash of silver light cleaves across the night sky as the moon gently falls in twain. Curse of the Moon is my favorite Bloodstained game, and it is not particularly close. Consider the following: juicy colors, fun, tight level design, really, really cute, badass demakes of Roten bosses, and it's all wrapped up in a very enjoyable Classicvania with 4 characters I like using, and I've never been so addicted to Classicvania in my whole life. This awakened a Classicvania freak inside me, I tell you. There is this surprising amount of depth to the alternate replay options in this game that keep me coming back to it habitually. This and Iya were actually partners in crime, helping me break in my Vita and connect with it, and oh my god, what a good game. I'm still learning new ways to master certain things, but by and large, it's been the perfect game at the perfect time for a relative newcomer like me. I feel like I can do this, I can master this, I can see all the content and play on veteran and still not be scared away. So Zangetsu has been so fun, and it is just such a chef's kiss on Vita. I love the screen and the buttons, and oh, it's really nice on Vita. It really sold me on Bloodstained, it sold me on playing these retro games on a Vita. It was just a good time that has stapled itself to me. I get really pumped about this game. Number 6. So, my years kind of rhyme in 2-year pairs, where 2023 saw Blue Richter and his buddy Maria providing a specific kind of determined emotional backbone to my year, citing divine bloodlines. 2025 has kind of been Simon Belmont's year. Like, I can't really say I was expecting that, but Simon and just bum-ass basic wall chicken, throwing axes and crosses type of Castlevania has just become a really comforting, grounding concept to me. For a long time now it has been. You should watch my Getting a Pulse video. I loved making that video. I just find this shit so fun. You come here, listen to me. I think Castlevania 1 on NES is really good. I like to stunlock the bat with holy water. I bet none of you have ever done that before. I also really like trying to keep a good sub-weapon throughout the whole level 2. Like, what about, like, 3 axes, or like 2 crosses, or like 4 holy waters? Bet no one's ever thought of that before, huh? And then, like, level 3, ooh, so fun. The music is so fun. The skeletons are like, wow. I don't know anything about level 4, though. I love this game. I love the map screen between the levels. That's one of my favorite Castlevania things. Just the way that the castle is drawn and the moon is just so pretty and cute. And man, I just keep replaying this early bit, and it's really tight, fun level design over and over, and it's a happy place. This game, it's just a funny little happy place, and that ranks well. Hey, boss. We have a lot of honorable mentions to mention. I think it's time to start mentioning them. This really could have been a top 15 or bigger, but I just did not have it in me to properly produce that this year. And when I looked at the bottom 5 of the top 15, it was like, I guess I can cut them. But the singular game that I really wish I could have crammed in here was Steins Friggin' Gate. Urgh! That game is so fun and pretty. I love it. Folks say the beginning of this game is slow, but nah, dude. I played like 8 hours of this, and I was so gripped. All we did was like wander into a mystery I know nothing about, and then talk to some people and folks that we're friendly with in Akihabara. But this vision of Akiha, the way that it's realistically rendered, not that realistic, is just so quirky, and these guys are so weird, and like I wouldn't be their friend in real life, but I love the atmosphere of this game, and I love the intentionality and all these little things that are being set up here for the future. I can tell. It just feels so carefully crafted, and even though I've barely done anything, I love the energy, atmosphere, music, characters, voice acting, menu system. Steins Gate seems so friggin' good, but I didn't really play enough of it to put it on the list, so here it goes. For the record, it would have been number 11. Editor's note, do you like it when a New Englander who's overly comfortable in Akiha talks about Akihabara? Do you like it when I'm going to Akiha? Going to Akihabara for New Year's. Going to Akiha. I'm going to go to Akiha to see some of my friends. Go down to Odaiba in the harbor. Going to Akiha Wednesday. Akihabara. Now, for the record, this game is gonna come beat the shit out of my top 10 list next year, because it was really just a 2026 game I opened up, took out of the Christmas wrapping early. Danganronpa. Danganronpa, man. I have played way too much of this game to not give it an honorable mention. I am legally obligated to say I played so much Danganronpa in the last month and a half, but like with me at this time of the year, it feels like I'm done with 2025. I'm prepping the videos. Like, I started Castlevania 1 this time last year. Danganronpa is fucking insane. I love this game. You can see me talk about it for hours on my side channel if you want. I am going crazy in Danganronpa 1. It's so much fun. The atmosphere is incredible. I love the first-person, hallway liminal space navigation. I really am so invested in these freak balls and their weird story, and it is so much fun to play on Vita. This music is so good. Panic attacks and anxiety have never felt this good. This music, man, it's the best music for being anxious too. Final Fantasy. I'd like to talk about Final Fantasy today with the elves on their quests. Final Fantasy VII. I didn't play that much of 7. I'm not saying I played it and had a full experience and then gave it honorable mention. I just didn't get that far. I was so excited. I had this beautiful moment where I went up on like the highest viewing deck on a skyscraper in my city and I looked at a full moon over the whole area and it was so cool and atmospheric. And then I went to Midgar and I fell in love with it and I really had so much fun. But I just didn't really keep up with it. It's just kind of a mix of things, I guess. There's the pressure of like savoring one of the most famous video game stories ever. There's the fact I'm playing in Japanese, and Final Fantasy's been like a little bit tough for me compared to Danganronpa, which I've also been playing in Japanese. I don't know, I was just like, oh, am I missing things? I don't know, it's a lot of pressure, and it didn't really become a habit. But I'll be back. I still want to play, like, literally, I want to play Crisis Core, I want to play the remake. I'm getting pretty 7-pilled, but not as hard as I got 9-pilled. I thought 9 would fix me and get me in the groove. It didn't. But I similarly played the intro, unbelievable intro with warmth, imagination, and just this cool world. I was so hooked by the heart. But again, just the Japanese being a little bit too tough and just not fully getting in the groove. I haven't played very much, and I'll be back to it later. But man, I found like a Final Fantasy IX cafe in Tokyo, and I had VV chocolate milk, and I listened to music. It was just so... I love this game. I really, really like Final Fantasy IX. The characters are just so bestie, and I want to play more Final Fantasy 7 and 9. Oh, hi, sorry, can we talk about the Dragon Quest? Or we gotta go on the Dragon's Quest. Mr. Slime wants to use Kafruffle. After years of having the, like, MS Paint looking motherfucker Switch release of Dragon Quest II, because Noreen very kindly gave it to me for a stream a billion lifetimes ago, I finally got wholesale hooked, and I really liked it. I thought I was gonna have all this RPG energy. No, turns out I just got really hardcore into Dragon Quest II. I have such a habit for picking up the duds and the unpopular ones. This game, I got back into it during this open seafaring segment in the middle where you get the boat and you're hunting like puzzle pieces, hints, clues, all this kind of freeform questy stuff that was really hard to put down. But even aside from that, I would replay this in a heartbeat because I loved the 3 protag system. I just thought they complemented each other well. I really felt the improvements every time I got an upgrade, like the Falcon Blade or whatever for the hero or the Prince of Canik. Like, I really enjoyed them, and I was never afraid to use MP and spells and stuff like that, which lubricates things. Even in my most favorite Dragon Quest games, I'm often very careful with my MP, but I simply love the combat, and as much as I want to play the remake, they're hurting me with the stupid physical release scamminess, and I'm super excited for the new content and the new character, but I'm a little bit worried it's gonna feel a bit like generic, modernized, sanitized, sluggish compared to my experience with like OG2. So I guess I have Dragon Quest II opinions now. Also, while we're here, I've been chipping away at Dragon Quest VI on my phone here and there for literally years, and I never know whether to give it honorable mention. This year, honorable mention, DQ6. Love that cast of characters, I love the art style. A little slow, a little boring, but I had some really good sessions in the mid part of the game. I finally got new vocations and revocation and all that stuff. That's the reason I bought the game in 2022. Finally. So, I did not think I would ever play a Poppin' Music video game. It seemed distant and mystical. I discovered it on Tumblr, and I'm like, what is this? Like, what? Do other people know about this video game? The art style is just, whenever it's not being sus, it's so cute. I'm like, damn, Poppin' Music, sign me up. Lo and behold, I go to Japan, find an arcade cabinet, and turns out you can just buy these games for like 600 yen and play them on your PlayStation 2. So I've been kind of beefing up my PlayStation 2 library with 8, 9, and 12, and I love them. They have really distinct identities, where 8 is kind of freaky and psychedelic and hippie-like. 12 is very distinctly Japanese and has a really relaxing, like, throwback Hanami reading poetry kind of vibe. Play it in April. And 9 is my favorite with its like cafe, like Western cafe kind of vibe. It's so cozy and lots of good genres. It's been a real banger. Thank you, Nyami, Mimi, and primarily Mary. Honorable mention number 18 goes to Taiko no Tatsujin V version. I lack the ability to parse what makes one Taiko no Tatsujin game where you hit drums and it's colorful better than another, but this is good, and it has a really good batch of Vocaloid songs, and it has little dancing Gumis and Mikus and Ias and stuff like that, and you could dress up your Taiko as Gumi or Iya and probably Miku, but I haven't tried, so it has been the fun on my Vita. Honorable mention number 5, Mega Man 5 is a Mega Man game. I enjoyed it. It was very fun. You can watch me play it for 12 hours. I like to replay it sometimes. Many good robot masters, many fun weapons. Maybe not as good as 2, but I liked it. I can't think of anything to say. It was just a good Mega Man game, dude. I can't believe I'm saying this. Honorable mention number 2, Gunvolt 2. I had really, really high hopes for GV2, and I do really like it, but 2024. I finished Gunvolt 1. I wasn't that happy with it compared to 3. Don't shoot me, I started in a weird order. And then I see Copen, and I'm like, wow! And he's got all these bouncy moves, and I'm like, shit! And he's got these cool friends, and it's like, damn! But honest to goodness, when I got around to playing it, I was kind of getting more drawn to the light side of the Force. I'm like, wait, Quinn and Xiao are actually cool characters, and I'm invested in the story of Gunvolt and Lumen now, and I don't know, I got a little bit like blue-pilled. I ended up playing more GV, so that, I don't know, it's a great game. I think it's gonna age really well, but at this exact moment, in a weird way, my favorite shifted a little bit towards 1 and took a little bit of hype away from 2. No shame, but it didn't quite make the list. However, speaking of Copen, I had this vision for my 2025 where I was going to play all these off-the-wall action games, and I started with DMC 1. DMC 1, how are you not here? So much went wrong in this world for you to not be here. This was the game. It was sitting under my Christmas tree. I was so excited. I fell in love with like Dante and the atmosphere and the tone immediately. I really got into this shit. I started with 1, I saw a little bit of 3. It was so fun. However, I realized the guy who does the mocap for Dante and the voice for Dante and the everything for Dante in the really like cool game Dante 3 is a freak of nature who kind of makes my stomach twirl. So for an unfortunate like meta reason, I just lost my taste for DMC a little bit. Like, I will be back. I totally will. I really clicked with DMC, but I didn't play it that much. So all I can say is Copen is like Dante, and they're both fun, and I like them. Actually, Dante is a much better person than Copen, isn't he? Okay, if we're using a scale here, Dante himself isn't that bad of a person. He's not as bad as Copen, so maybe I can forgive Dante the man and just not think about anything else. 2025. Number 5. Chapters 3 and 4 felt like Deltarune declaring who it is. It has this thing to say. It has this dedication. It's a scary dedication. It's weird. It's big. We don't even know what it is. But it situates itself as this opposite to the multiple Undertale routes that made that game so good. But that's not it either, right? Bizarro Undertale isn't a bad thing to be, but there is a lot that I've come to like about Deltarune itself. There's this little alty, rocky, gothy motif I appreciate. Darkness as a concept kind of speak to me, and just the ongoing puzzles and the grand community experience are just like irreplaceably fun. I was so grateful for Deltarune this year. Then how do I rank just 2 chapters of Deltarune? Well, I'm really not. I'm just a Toby Fox casual, to be honest. I enjoy these games, but yeah, I don't know. This year, Deltarune gave me a lot, just with these 3 chapters. They're probably my favorite chapters yet. They're top-of-the-line additions for an undeniably killer video game, and everything about Deltajune and everything it added to my year is a super sweet memory, so take it. 3 plus 4 equals 5. Number 4. I got a lot of beef with Echoes of Wisdom, alright? Reusing this art style, it really cheapens a certain part of Link's Awakening HD that I really valued. Also, copy-pasting these plastic trees makes some parts of the world, like the forest, look like absolute junk, and the grass looks so bad, I never get the feeling I'm on some big adventure. It just looks bad. Not that all of the world looks bad. But worse yet, these loosey-goosey freedom paradigm puzzles just are not my thing. And yet, after Tears of the Kingdom, after this, after waiting so long to get a normal-ass Zelda game, this charming, mischievous little bastard really wormed its way into my heart. From that subtle, thoughtful charm that every little aspect of the villages are crafted with, to the sensation of twirling and clicking and doing that little spin move while I spawn a dozen stupid echoes to solve some admittedly decent obstacle. I can love this game for what it is more than I hate it for what it's not. Very, very easily. Something about this, man, just something about the way the art style renders the towns and the characters, they become so precious, and the developers obviously care so much about charm, and they care so much about these small details to make these things feel lived in, that I would say, it's weird. It's weird to shift your focus from, in my opinion, the overworld looking good to the towns looking good, but when I hear that music and I start relaxing and I'm walking around just enjoying those parts of the game world, it sucks me in like nothing else. It's so wonderful. This year, I played this bit by bit over the course of a whole bunch of months, and man, every town, every story arc, every one put me in the best mood and was just the most grounding, pleasant, homey experience I had each time, and man... At this point, I have to admit that for me personally, a huge pillar of Zelda is that feeling of cozy hominess, and this knocked it out of the park. And made a really fun, mischievous Zelda mage to play as, which wasn't too bad either. My favorite echoes are the Flame Octoroks. I use them all the time. Yeah, it's a good game. It's very cozy. It knows what it wants to be. That mischievous feeling is super strong. It's a real banger. I loved it. It was great. Number 3. Charlotte? Jonathan? Portraits out in 4th? I'm sorry, how did this happen? They were holding number 1 all year for so long. February, when I was playing this every day. February, when I was wrapped up in the atmosphere and so invested in the villain twists and the gameplay and the atmosphere and the music and upgrading things and streaming it. This was such good, goofy fun. I miss it so much. I popped the hell off when I realized how much of Vampire Survivors, like Castlevania DLC, is for Portrait. I was surprised. I think there might be more than Symphony of the Night. If you're a fan of the Lacard sisters, you get fed much better than you should expect to, and man, I have such sweet memories of this time. Discovering that stuff in Vampire Survivors, going on Blue Sky and finding somebody who was making like dozens of things where, for whatever, I forget why, they were matching up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure intro songs to the Portrait of Ruin opening animation, and I went through and I listened to like 10 of these at my desk and gave him feedback like, I like how this syncs with Stella's ice attack there, but you really shouldn't have done this where Loretto is raising her sword there, and ooh, the drop with the whip, and okay, that's the best one. That's the best music video you've made. Just from the tone to the anime style. We'll talk about that another time, okay? From the tone to the anime style to just the funny feeling of camaraderie. This was my Castlevania. It was cool and red and black and mellow flavored, and thought, man, I must be in love, as I sank into a crazy, fuzzy, messy, crimson-soaked fist fight, and not for the last time in 2025. Portrait of Ruin, Melovania number 24. See you later. It's my friend. Number 2. Alright, stop. Controller down. No more grinding. No more humiliating deaths. This is as far as Silksong goes in its debut year. Not as far as it could have gone, but then this ball-breaking hellscape wasn't all that easy to get through, was it? I got Metroidvania burnout. I'm busy. It's hard to give my weeknight hours to boss grinding right now. I haven't even finished Act 1. Silksong came at a terrible time for me. And yet, this game is so cool. This game has such a beautiful, rich thing going on. It's so well made. It seems to be approximately the same length as Hollow Knight the original, but you know there is just so much more inside of those minutes. It's wild. These 25 hours, in some ways, they've only been the beginning. They've only been this first leg, but that experience has been better than so many other entire adventures I could have gone on in a video game. It's just, this game rules. Oh yeah, no, it could be my favorite video game someday. It could be my number 1 favorite S+ tier video game someday, but not today, because I haven't seen much, because I'm fucking tired and burned out, and I don't want to have Hornet explode into flames because I stubbed my toe on the wrong rock on a weeknight when I only have like an hour to play video games. It's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. And I hate the fact that I couldn't participate more in Silksong Mania. I hate that I'm just sitting here waiting for spoilers to come my way. I hate that the whole world has moved on without me in the game that I was looking forward to so much, and I'm not able to participate more. But it fucks. It's such a good game, and I got the rest of my life to enjoy this, so who gives a shit? Life's weird, life's tough, but Silksong is forever! Hell yeah, Shaw. Number 1. So did you notice? Did you notice? Did you notice? Tell me, when did you notice? Did you notice? Oh, did you just notice now? The entire video has been set to one game soundtrack. Do you know? Which one is it? It's Anton Blast. It's the reddest game I've ever played in my life. It's so fun. Anton the Blast honed in on this really specific wellspring of fury and gender I had no idea existed inside me. More stylish, more soulful, more flashy, more fun, more full of character than I could have ever friggin' guessed from this Pizza Tower knockoff. This game carved itself into my heart. I love Anton Blast. The performance issues annoy me more than I would like, and I don't even know how to find more like unlockables, and I don't even replay them all that much because, like, honestly, when you add in Happy Hour, they take a long time to finish, but god damn it. This is one of those platformers. One of those platformers that shows up and defines my year and is so special and sparkly, and it takes number 1 and everyone's like, oh, Layla really liked that game, and yeah, that's what happens, but Masaka. Number 100. Walk with me here. What if you took one of the weirdest social situations you have ever been in, like you and that work bestie at that one terrible fast food job that you left as soon as you could, Or a summer camp memory from when you were a kid. A cabin where the counselors were always probably stoned and they just let you guys talk about Steven Universe discourse for the entire session. Take one of those little pocket dimensions and let them spiral outwards. Just keep going forever. Onwards, upwards, outwards, inwards, into any zany hijinks, weird, unexpected scenario, whatever you can fathom if you had infinite days to spend in that weird environment. Would touching the infinite make you view anybody different? The 100-line Last Defense Academy is just the type of game that makes you think about these kinds of things. For me, the way that I was touched was looking at this community of kids, these 15 fuck-ass teenagers who got plucked from their weird dystopia and put into an odd puzzle that nobody understands, and seeing the community that was born from these total strangers, seeing them from different angles, seeing them see each other from different angles, shaking up this box full of weirdos in every way imaginable, and experiencing a kind of love and affection and respect for human complexity. It was really cool, maybe, possibly. When I heard a random YouTuber say, like, yeah, no, these characters are really good, and you're gonna spend infinity with them, so you're gonna come to love them, that's when I decided to buy the game, and that's what I want to communicate. So the tactical combat, which is as real as my skull and does exist, is really addictive and fun. It's simple. Don't buy it as a tactics game first and foremost, but it's got this twitchy speed, this aggressive vibe, these viscerally distinct units. It's really, really well made for what it is. A fast, physical, fun breakup from the norm, I suppose. But nothing beats the community, nothing beats the story. Oh my goodness. It's like I'm in a morbid Animal Crossing village, seeing my moronic little villagers just wander around and bump into things. They argue, they hang out, they play weird games, they throw parties. Sometimes they move away for the rest of the route, being killed off gruesomely, and making me miss them in a way that I never thought I would, because I thought they were an asshole until the moment when they died. And I'm always finding these moments. I'm always finding these throwaway conversations hidden in the 30 visual novels worth of content that's in this game. And I see these things and I'm like, man, I wish I could spend 12 more routes hanging out with you. I want to spend forever getting to know you. And because it's 100-line, I do get to do that. It is just one of those experiences. It's just one of them. It poisoned my brain. It broke my heart. It stole my wallet and it changed how I view fiction. But above everything, Last Defense Academy is a weird, special home that heaven knows I needed this year. And I love it there. 10 million kyo forever. There you have it. A cutthroat killing game where absolutely wonderful games ended up as mere honorable mentions, and I went mildly insane trying to choose between them. Especially the top two. Look, you might think that was easy. You might be like, oh, surprise, surprise. That was so hard. I am still not completely sure. It was one of the weirdest decisions I've ever had to do for any of these videos, man. But anyhow, thank you. Thanks for sticking around another rotation of the sun. Or if you're new here, thanks for sticking through 11 minutes of honorable mentions. I apologize for the unceasing chaos of the Metroidvania Bloom era. It will end, but right now I feel like every month I'm throwing some new, completely random thing out there hoping people are interested, and it just seems so chaotic. I get that, but I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm figuring out what I like, and I swear we're on our way to something stable and something good. It's just a funny puberty of the channel, or something like that, I don't know. Holy shit, dude. My 2026 games have been so freaking good so far. Let's go to the future. Let's go to the future.
よし止まんねえぞ We are now it's time to die life even though we just can't stop any other race fight of our generation in my mind Chance to go ahead and go